Hi guys, my name is Christine and I'm a dating, relationship and personal development coach. And today I'm talking about how women fall in love. So what actually happens then when a woman falls in love? Okay, how does this even happen? And the reason why this might be a good video for you is that it will then show you the process of how a woman falls in love. So you know how long it's going to take and you can look out for the signs, okay? So the first thing that I want to get into is the time period, the time factor, okay? Because the more time a woman spends with you, the more she is likely to fall in love with you, okay? The more time spent. So you've got to think of time spent. Time spent. I've got to spend more time with her, okay? Because that is how you can get her to fall in love, which is why it's actually a really good idea to go on multiple dates in one date, because it kind of speeds up the process. It speeds up having more experiences together and more time together, okay? So when you really start liking a woman, perhaps you've been on one date, then plan a date where, you know, you can do multiple things on that date, because it speeds up the experiences. Like maybe you go to dinner, and then maybe you go bowling, and then afterwards maybe you go and watch a film, or you go for a walk around the park or something like that. You just try and do multiple things in dates, so it speeds up the experiences, right? And it speeds up then the process of her falling in love. So what you got to look at is that it's going to take around about 3 to 6 dates for her to start feeling comfortable enough to fall in love. Okay, so she'll start developing feelings for you, stronger feelings for you, like the love feelings, from date 3 onwards. Okay, so it'll take roughly about 3 to 6 dates. Okay, so that equals to about 2 months. Okay, if you're seeing each other once a week. And if within those 2 months you do multiple dates, it will speed up the process even further. Okay, so got to think of time spent. Time spent together is the most important thing with women, because the longer she spends with you, the more she gets to know you, the more she feels comfortable around you, and the more she warms up to you. Okay, which is why you wait. You got to think of time spent. Okay, and this is why you wait to for her to say things like "I love you" or "I like you," because if you already start saying these things after the first and second date, it's very, very likely she's not on the same level as you yet. She's not at that same level of intensity, because it takes longer for women to warm up to you. Okay, it takes women longer to warm up to men than it does for men to warm up to women. And one of the reasons is because, and I've talked about this before previously, is stranger danger. It's one of those things that is drilled into little girls when they're small. You know, you've got to be careful of strange adults. Okay, you've got to be careful of strange men. And I know that's drummed into little boys as well, but I feel like there's a huge emphasis put on women and when they're little girls, to avoid strange men. And I think maybe it should be drummed into more little boys as well than it is little girls. Well, not like they should be taught more, but they should be at the same level, really. Because there's a real danger for children and for young people, because I think it's because of the mentality of young people, the brains are not quite developed yet. They might not have the same senses of being able to tell if someone's not a friendly person or someone that's going to hurt them. But anyway, it's drilled into little girls to be stranger danger, okay? And it's easy to understand why women tend to be more vulnerable than men physically, okay? Because we're smaller, we're not as strong as men, and physically we are just weaker than men. So if we are with a guy, it's very easy for him to overpower us, okay, when we're alone. So women need to be very careful and to be very picky and to be really watching like hawks when they go on dates with men, to make sure that they're these safe men. Okay, so that's why it takes a few dates for her to warm up to you and to get to know you, which is why you spend more time with her, which is why you got to think of time spent. So it gives her time to warm up to you and to feel comfortable around you. Okay, so that's the reason. Okay, and for men, obviously, because they usually don't have that problem of feeling unsafe around a woman, as common it is for women, it's very much more easy then for the men to fall in love, for them to let their guard down, to feel safe and comfortable. Okay, takes women longer because of the dynamic, right? The fact that she's weaker and he's stronger, typically, not all the time, but typically. Okay, so the next thing that I want to get into is, again, about safety and feeling comfortable, is women have to feel safe and comfortable around you first, okay? So they need to feel at ease first, and then they can fall in love. Because if their guards are up, they can't fall in love. If they're on edge, wondering if you're still an all right guy and not dangerous, then it's going to be difficult for them to open up their emotions and fall in love. But once they know that you're safe, once they know that you're comfortable, that they feel comfortable around you, once they feel at ease and they know that you're a normal guy and you're kind and nice in those kinds of ways, then it's going to be much easier for her to just relax and just to feel those emotions and to fall in love with you. Okay? So one of the best ways that you can facilitate this to make a woman feel comfortable is to make her laugh, okay, and get her to have a good time, and to get her to be loose and relaxed. And the best way that you can do that is by being relaxed and loose yourself, okay? And this is, again, this is something that I've been talking about a lot recently in my videos, but it's so important that you're able to bring that playful energy to those dates. And that's one of the best ways that you can show that you're a safe guy as well, because usually these weirdos who just horrible to women and hurt them, or creeps and stalkers and stuff like that, they don't really have that much of a sense of humor usually, right? Because they've got that sort of like, there's something wrong with them basically, otherwise they wouldn't be hurting people like that, okay? They wouldn't be hurting women like that, okay? So they don't usually have that much of a sense of humor, and they're very, very serious, usually, not all the time, but they are, unless they've practiced pretending to be someone else. But women can usually notice if someone's being genuine or if they're not being genuine, okay? So usually, I'm sure all the men watching these videos are safe guys, and they know how to be funny, they know how to have a good time, they know how to be playful, and they know how to, make women laugh. So if you're one of those guys, then it's going to be very easy for you, but you got to focus more on that and take out of the equation things like, how can I get laid, how can I make her my girlfriend, how can I impress her? Because if you start thinking about that and that becomes your predominant thoughts when you start dating a woman, then it's going to be, it's more likely that you're going to come across more different, okay? And you're not going to be at ease, and you're not going to make her feel at ease, because if you're focusing on, how can I get her to want to have sex with me tonight, or how can I get her to be my girlfriend within the next few days, or how can I get her to really, really, really like me, what can I say, what can I do, you're going to come across with this more nervous energy, and it's going to make her wonder about you and wonder why you're not being more relaxed. And even though you may not be noticing it, your energy and your vibe is changing when you focus on things like, how can I get laid, how can I make her my girlfriend, how can I impress her. Your energy is going to shift, and you're going to change, and your energy is going to match what you're thinking about. And women can pick up on that energy, and she's going to tell that something's off. She's going to say, this guy is not being genuine, he's hiding something. What is that? Okay? And most women go to the wrong conclusion and think, oh, maybe he's a stalker, maybe he's a weirdo, maybe he's not going to be very nice to me, because she can sense this weird energy coming off of you that isn't, because of this sort of I guess you could say it's like a rushing energy. You're trying to rush things to happen. She's going to sense that something's off, okay? And it's going to put her off you, because she's not going to know exactly what that is. So that's why your outcomes when you go on a date should be just have a good time and get to know her. Okay, that's it. Have a good time and get to know her. Get her to laugh. Get her to just be silly together. Be playful. That's all you need to do. And if you just focus on that, then actually getting laid and having a relationship with her will happen much quicker. Okay? And she won't reject you. So, something really important to think about there. Okay? So, this goes into my last point, which is women have to associate positive feelings with the guys that they date, right? Because if they associate negative feelings, then they're not going to want to spend time with them. So if you two hang out and you're just there sort of complaining about your life, and you're not making her laugh, and you're not being funny, or you're not being playful, and you're just being dead serious the whole time, she's going to associate very serious negative feelings with you, because that's what you're talking about and that's what you're displaying, and she's not going to want to hang out with you. But if you do what I said previously, like making her laugh, being playful, being silly, just having a good time, then she's going to associate positive feelings for you. And if she's associating positive feelings for you, she's going to want to spend more time with you. Okay, so you can see how this all loops around. Time spent. The way you can get a woman to spend more time with you is to make her feel good in your presence, right? To make her laugh in your presence, to make her have a good time in your presence, okay? And then the more so it's like a loop, right? The more you're relaxed and loose and having a good time and being silly, being playful, being fun, the more time she's going to want to spend with you. And because she spent more time with you and she keeps on wanting to spend time with you, she's going to be spending more time with you, and therefore she's going to be opening up to you more. She's going to be getting more comfortable around you. She's going to be feeling more safe with you, and she'll fall in love. And that's it. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. If you'd like some more tips, then please go and read Attracting the Beautiful Woman of Your Dreams. You can go and read it for free on my website, which is www.christineloveridge.com. Just go to the menu on the website and click on the book, and you can go and read it for free. There's no login, there's no sign up, there's no weird confusing landing page. It'll just take you right to the book. And if you'd like coaching with me, they can also go to www.christineloveridge.com and just pick whichever coaching option works best for you. And I shall talk to you again very soon. Goodbye.